Morning, Ryan Burrow.
Good morning. Yeah, and the president is supposed to come to North Carolina today to, perhaps take a look at some of the damage, likely thank first responders. We don't have much as far as his agenda when he arrives at the Marine camp coming up. It looks like in the late morning hours when he flies here from Washington, D.C. Now, his schedule is wide open. He doesn't return back till 6 o'clock, so that's why we say we don't exactly know what he's going to do when he arrives, but it looks like he's going to be in the area for a few hours.
How bad is the flooding? Give us a sense.
Yeah, so I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina right now, which is where the Cape Fear River runs through. It crested overnight at 61.5 feet. It should start going down here in the coming days, but the neighborhoods all around the riverbanks are completely flooded. I'm staring at a car right now that's underwater. This is kind of the dangerous time of a hurricane, even days after the fact. It's been sunny and warm, but the water levels keep rising, and it keeps flooding people out. We've seen multiple deaths as a result of people trying to drive through the floodwaters. Just in South Carolina last night, 2 women in the backseat of a sheriff's department transport van being taken to a mental hospital they drowned. Essentially, the vehicle itself went into the water. The deputies were able to get out. The women were chained to the back seats, and as a result, were unable to survive.
Talk about the chickens. I don't understand how 1 million chickens have died in this storm.
Yeah, the numbers, we're still waiting for official numbers on that. We've seen some reports, nothing confirmed at this point, but I can tell you that chickens are a big industry here in North Carolina. Pigs as well, 9 million pigs. And what happens at some of these farms is they've got lagoons that essentially are where the manure goes. And when the manure goes into these lagoons, that's where it stays. When the floodwaters rise, it breaches these lagoons, and now all of a sudden you've got manure pouring into communities and neighborhoods and possibility of water treatment facilities and other dangerous locations. So the EPA is trying to monitor right now. Agriculture Department keeping an eye on all this flooding. There are some images out there of all of these pigs on essentially an island. That seems to have been debunked as from a previous storm, may not have been around here, but it is something obviously very, very concerning to the Ag Department.
You mentioned the river crested. Does that mean it's going to get better, or is it going to get worse before it gets better?
Well, so it reached what they believe to be the peak point, and thankfully we don't have any rain right now in the forecast. So the 61.5 feet will start to gradually go down, but probably won't be back down to the flood stage, which is 35 feet, until Sunday. So all of these little neighborhoods and communities that are located along these riverbanks that have been seeing water pouring in, that water is likely going to be standing there for a few days. There have been a lot of water rescues to this point, 130 of them in this city alone, and unfortunately last night there was a recovery effort underway. Hopefully we'll get a little more information as to some kind of body that they were looking for last night.
Ryan Burrow in the Florence aftermath in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Ryan Burrow, thanks for checking in.